Welcome, strangers. Welcome back, peeps, to the next chapter of the Mellor's Adventures. Today I'm going to be explaining the Templar build I use for Perilous Difficulty. Now, there's a lot of Templar builds, and a lot of people say, like, oh, well, yeah, this one sucks. Well, this one's okay. This one leaves you weak. And then, okay. Well, to me, there's two styles of Templars. There's the support Templar and there's the tank Templar. Now, the tank Templar pretty much focuses on all taunting abilities as well as guard. My style Templar focuses on using the combo, very much everyone knows, which is pretty much OP if you have the high, like a really good DPS weapon, damage per second. It's phenomenal. But as well as the other abilities that I incorporate with it to either make me survive and help make my teammates have more power. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to show you guys the build alignment, meaning the way I leveled it, and you guys can progressively go through that route, and hopefully it works for you, because it works out pretty good for me. So, all right, so first we're going to be going into the vine tree, and we're going to pick up Champions of Just. Pretty much what it's going to do is going to do damage bonus 10% against demons, and you're going to get a +3 strength on unlock. From there, we're going to go Maker's Will. Your party's attacks have a chance to weaken their targets. Weakens only 5%. You have to go for it in order to go down the tree further. It's only for 6 seconds, but you get a nice willpower +3. From there, we are going to Theirs is no more darkness. That's right. Pretty much where there is no darkness, there's a nice damage resist from fire, ice, electric, and spirit damage. Now that is great, especially on Perilous Difficulty, especially if you're going to a pug and there is no mage that has a shield, or there is a mage but they're like an elementalist or an elementalist necromancer, and they don't have shield. Then in that kind of circumstance, this is where it kind of comes in handy, especially with if you have a keeper who also has a damage resist. That's double stacking right there. All right, so from there we are gonna go to Bear Mauls the Wolves. This pretty much is you can't be flanked by enemies, but on top of it, you're less likely to be staggered when the enemies are in front of you. You get a nice +3 Constitution unlock. This makes you make a little bit more tankier. Yes. Okay, so from there we're gonna go for the last sacrifice. Now, when you fall in battle, what's gonna happen is you're gonna heal all your teammates by 100% and give them a 50% damage bonus for a duration of 10 seconds. With a nice constitutional unlock of this ability is +3. The cooldown is 60 seconds, but you can change that. So don't you worry. We'll get that momentarily. Now, for one of my favorite abilities, Wrath of Heaven. You summon a blinding pillar of lights with 700% weapon damage with an area effect of 4 meters, stun 4 seconds with cooldown of 20.4 seconds with a cost of 65 stamina. Not bad. The stamina is which it's gonna hit you really hard later on. I promise you that. That's why you gotta time it correctly and effectively. From there, we're gonna go with Embrace the Light. The Embrace the Light is gonna give you a nice bonus 300% damage as well as a stun duration of 2 seconds. From there, we are going to go with Spell Purge. Spell Purge! Spell Purge is a nice way in a combination. So when you use Wrath of Heaven and then you do Spell Purge, you're pretty much dead. They are so dead. Pretty much what Spell Purge is going to do is you're going to spell all hostile magic around you in an area effect of 5 meters with a cooldown of 20.4 seconds with a cost of 35 stamina, which is the cheapest ability. And from there, you're going to upgrade it to spell Shatter, which is going to do 600% weapon damage. You have to go for it. I cannot stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. Like, it is seriously a great combo with the Pillar of Light. It really is. It really is. Okay, so from there, you're going to pick up Mage Slayer. What Mage Slayer is going to do is make all hostile targets pretty much it's gonna instead of affecting demons, it's also gonna affect magical creatures and mages. So you can't really go wrong with that. Okay, so from there we're gonna go over to our Sentinel tree and we're gonna pick up Turn the Bolt. Pretty much what you want to do is get this after you get all that is because once you go to threatening and perilous difficulty, the damage reduction for range targets is going to be greatly significant. Just in case, even if you have all your Wrath of Heaven and your Spell Purge off cooldown, on cooldown, then it's good to have. It really is. Any frontal assault's gonna be reduced by 50% from all range targets. You cannot go wrong with that. You really can't. All right, from there you're gonna go for Trust of Steel. Great thing. It's gonna give you 20% armor bonus as well as 3 Constitution, while you have active guard on, which to me it's beautiful. Okay, so from there, you're going to go turn the blade. You're going to also get a damage resistant from all damage coming in front is reduced. So pretty much on top of it, range targets are not going to do that so much damage to you. Really, they're not. That's like a 70, sorry, not 70. I think it's like a 50. I am so mistaken. Oh yeah, it is a 70. Sorry, I was right. It's like a 70 reduced on range and 50%, 20% on melee attack. So that's really good. It really is. From there, you're going to go with biggest threat. This is where you want actually everyone on the battlefield to come towards you and try to kill you. That's why it gives you threat increase by 20% and Constitution unlock +3. This is why the reason why I went with this is because of the reason of Unbowed. Until you get Unbowed, you'll be sticking with Shield Wall, but until then, Unbowed afterwards is going to be your best friend. Pretty much you're going to get guard per enemy by 10%. Cooldowns will be 27.2 seconds. You can get that reduced even further. And from there, you're going to go with Still Standing. Still Standing is going to give you a guard generation bonus of 100%. It is totally worth it. You're pretty much going to get more guard than you can deal with. Especially for per enemy around you and whatnot, and you get hit and then you immediately do it, you're full. This depends on how many enemies you are, and make sure you just have that thing talented for yourself. Okay, so for next one, we're going to go with Flow of Battle. Every critical hit reduces the cooldown times on your abilities and giving you the edge to finish off your enemy. Pretty much what it's going to do is whenever you critical hit, you're going to have a cooldown reduction of 1 second, so which is going to help you out with your Spell Purge as well as Wrath of Heaven. So from there, we are going to go to Horn of Valor. One of our second last points. Horn of Valor. Now, with the Horn of Valor, this is going to totally replace your Blessed Blades completely, so people don't have to stand near it anymore. Horn of Valor is pretty much going to do an area effect, which is going to give your teammates a damage bonus of 50%, an armor bonus of 15%, but it's only a duration of 10 seconds, but the cooldown is 15.3 with a cost of 35 stamp. Now, if you keep critting like continuously, you can have that permanently up all the time. Plus, with the last but not least, that's the Spirit. Oh, I love that name. Pretty much, you're going to get a damage bonus of additional 20% on top of your damage bonus of that 50%. So you'll be doing around 35 extra percent damage, well as Spirit Blessed Blades is only going to do 15. And the cooldown is longer. So this is like totally more worth it. And on top of it, you have Flow of Battle to back you up for your Wrath of Heaven as well as your Spell Purge. So, and have your Unbowed continuously up too. Don't forget that. Unbowed is one of your greatest friends. I cannot stress that enough. You can never have too much guard unless you're completely full and whatnot. Alright, so from here, I'm going to show you guys the gear I use for my Templar. And let the fun begin! Okay, so for my Templar, I actually use a Dwarven Longsword. Just for the sake, because it has that gain 3 guard. It does have plus 30 guard max on top of it. And it has armor penetration and whatever kind of rune you want to use, you can go right ahead and use it. For my shield, I'm actually using Agents of Order with the 2 Constitution with 30 front defense, 4% magic defense, 2% range defense, and on top of it, it has a heal 15% of damage taken over 10 seconds. It is phenomenal. I love that shield. It's the best shield ever. Okay, so from there, if you're going to go with your gear setup, the thing I did was I actually did 2 melee defense as well on top of a 6 heal bonus. You can change that out if you want. You can do it with range. You can go with anything that would make you feel comfortable in Perilous Difficulty. Now from there, I actually went with Superb Cooldown to get that cooldowns even further since I really didn't prestige that much with my Thieves. So it's kind of eh. So if you have a 5%, go for it. If you're one of those guys or ladies that actually have 106 cunning rating or something like that, and prestige your thieves countless times to get up there, then so be it. But if you have one of these and you're not up there like me, if you have a 15, use it. If you even have a 5, use it. Anything goes a long way, as I always say. Use the 10% healing bonus on belt. You can also use range defense or melee defense, but most likely you don't need it. You can just keep the 10 heal bonus. Also with the 5% heal and kill with the combination with the belt is great. And I also put 10 armor penetration since I am taken. I want to get that armor a little bit through and also get a little more damage so I can get a little more aggro. Since I do have the threat for 25%, it's kind of worth it. It really is. Alright, peeps, that was my Templar for Perilous Difficulty. Alright, peeps, I will see you guys in the next chapter. Stay awesome.